This is the IBM Home Director Starter Kit. What it is basically a home automation system from the 90s. The key points about it is that it was relatively easy to set up. It required no special building wiring, and apparently it works anytime. That's something that I did not know. I mean, it's obvious that I'm just reading this, but I legitimately missed that part before. And another thing is that it works with other brands of controllers and modules. I'm not sure what other competition there was in the 90s home automation market, but apparently there must have been some. But as you can see, with the IBM branding, it's only par for the course. It's expected to be paired with an Aptiva. It does work with other computers just fine. However, the YouTube police would probably shoot me if I did it without an Aptiva for the video, considering I have one. But yeah, one of the main points for one of these systems was security, but also you could automate stuff. But we can see what's in the box: a CD-ROM, a lamp module, an appliance module, and the serial interface module and instructions. So inside said box, we have a relatively small styrofoam thing that includes the README. But here is your README that would normally be on top, but it got stuck in the box. As you can kind of tell based on this, it is kind of doing of Radio Shack, and it probably just has the IBM branding slapped on it, which IBM seem to love to do that kind of stuff, because their IBM Aptiva, at least the particular one that I own, is actually made by Acer. And then we have this rather fancy packet that contains the CD-ROM, and very intricate cardboard machining, and a similar themed CD-ROM. And then of course we have the cable, which standard 9-pin serial, and then an RJ11 jack. Although I probably would recommend not plugging this into the phone connector of your house, because that would probably send approximately 24 volts into your computer's serial port. And then of course the serial interface module, in which the computer plugs into both here and here. And apparently this thing must be able to keep track of time, considering that it can wake up your computer as needed. This one supports 15 amps. However, the appliance module is kind of weird in how it works. It has multiple different ratings for different things, which, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen stuff that has different ratings for different stuff, like resistive load 15 amps, motor load 1/3 of a horsepower, so that's like 250 watts, incandescent lamp 500 watts, and TV 400 watts. So that doesn't really make sense, especially considering the incandescent lamp, as far as I know, is a purely resistive load. I've never seen anything that splits up ratings. Like, most things would just be like 15 amps is the thing. I mean, the motors, I guess it kind of makes sense because the power factor is different, and it can be drawing different amperage at different times in the sine wave, so that can get a little wonky. But on the front you can see that it has various dials in order to set what particular device this is, so you know what you're controlling. And the appliance, or no, that was the appliance. This is the lamp module. This claims to be for lamps only, and 300 watts maximum. No appliances. So I really don't know what the deal is with that, but that's how it is. Off you. So anyway, to start using it, you'd plug this in, and then then plug the computer into that, and then plug the computer into it with the other cable, the serial cord. I'd have to assume that these probably work in a similar way to power line adapters, but I can't speak for sure, so please don't shoot me if that's not what it is. And I suppose we can probably find something to plug these into. So I'll find something to do that with. So I have selected my weapons of choice. We have this fan here, a good old GE finger fan. I'm not sure how many watts it is exactly, but it doesn't really matter. That's plugged into the appliance one. And then we have this item over here, kind of resembling a lamp, plugged into the lamp one. And as you can see, it is a grounded thing for whatever reason, so I needed to kind of make it work. I could have grabbed the grounding adapter, I guess, but this is what I saw first. So if I die in a fire, you'll know why. But this is 250 watts, and that's rated for 300, and then that adapter thing is probably like 600 or something like that. So I don't suspect a fire, but you know, it's not necessarily safe or recommended. So go ahead and start this Aptiva. I did something wrong because the SCSI never powered up. So not only was the SCSI bus not terminated properly, but there was a resistor chip sitting on top of the hard drive, which could have theoretically been shorting something, which wouldn't be good. And not only that, but I left a floppy disk in the drive. So now we should be ready for action with Monster Traction. And I heard the SCSI drive power up. So we'll go ahead and put our IBM CD into the drive. And we definitely want Windows 95, because as far as I know, this is only for Windows 95. And the fact that the copyright date is 1996 kind of reinforces that. Oh, so that's where that was. Okay. You'll have to forgive my wide screen here, but it's the most convenient thing to use currently, so. Hopefully you can at least give me a couple of pity points for trying to make up for it by using the PS2 mouse and keyboard. Although I probably lose one back because they're not IBM branded. But here we are. We can see that there is no CD drive, so that is definitely a problem. I have no idea where it has wandered off to, but I'll have to figure that out, I guess. Now, hopefully, very hopefully, with any sort of luck, we can go ahead and launch the setup. Oh wow, that was pretty fancy, wasn't it? I'll just let it do what it wants to. This is a lot of questions. Wants to come to. Okay, so that should be good. I would assume it's not completely stupid anyway, but. Congratulations, the installation of IBM Home Director is complete. No. System must be restarted. I was waiting for that. So, serial cable is plugged in. Oh wow, it bypassed the BIOS. That's unusual. Although I do have to say, I used to use this trick when the CMOS battery was dead in the Presario 1065, because that would give it amnesia. And I don't remember what exactly I did to have this style of restarting, but that was how I did it, because I know, like, if you restarted the computer normally, it would go through the BIOS, and then it would lose the BIOS shadow, which you took like 27 tries to get, and it would be just a mess, because then you'd have to try again. Modern computers are a lot better. They don't really have that kind of amnesia. So we'll open it up and hopefully stuff will work. I do believe that there is sound that would go with this. I don't have any speakers immediately handy. Well, you know, IBM, I would hope that I already did this, because kind of need to plug the computer into it to do that. Okay, so, oh, that's weird. I can dim the lamp. That'll be funky. We'll go ahead and see if that works. So I'll go ahead, click the little thing here. Well, I'll just turn that up all the way to begin with. Oh, yep. Okay, let's try not pointing it directly at the camera, because I don't necessarily want to blind it. And we'll see how does dimming go. Okay, I guess it does kind of dim. I can't see anymore. Okay, so that's, I don't remember the dimming feature, but I guess it does do that. Off! There. A little bit of a delay, and I still can't see, because I was stupid and looked into the light. Okay, let's try the appliance. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bunch of stuff in the way on the tripod. On! Well, that's no good. I guess the fan might not actually be on. But that is one heck of a solenoid. Okay, take two. Fan is probably on. There we go. It is indeed spinning, isn't it? Turn that off. So, I guess it would be kind of interesting to see about this automatically powering on the computer deal. Okay, move back over to the screen. So I guess you can see all the stuff that you would have here. But, yeah. Routine. Do a fast routine. Wow, that looks... I don't know what the heck. I guess. Fast. Oh boy, that got big. No, I don't know. What are you? Get out of here. Shoo! I don't know what you are. Okay, that's just gonna be there, apparently. Okay. Well, we might want that on something noticeable. Okay. So, if we hit initialize, if you close it, that initializes the routines. Well, I got one thing, didn't get the other. That is one heck of a solenoid. They were not messing around when they made that thing. Okay, so off. And nothing turned off. Oh, there it goes. Big delay. So I still really have not... Oh, timer settings. That's probably it. Sure. Today, I guess? We'll set this to turn on at 10 p.m., I think. And I don't remember how these things work. Oh, it's labeled. Okay, so we'll say 10:30. I mean, I'll be undoing this well before then, but we'll see what exactly happens. So supposedly this turns on the computer to do it. Well, it says wake up. I don't know if that means I can only do sleep or what. Okay, sure. And we put it to sleep. It might actually work this time. We'll go ahead and turn our eyes to the lamp over there. And it should be like 30 seconds away from when I first set it, so any moment now that lamp should turn on if things are working. Well, wake up the computer to turn on the lamp, I guess. Well, so much for that. I know it says 9:54 p.m. in the corner. That's probably just the frame buffer. I'd imagine we're well beyond that at this point. Are you kidding? It's a very long minute. Okay, it is 9:55, so I'm not crazy. Well, let's try again. This time we'll just leave the computer awakened. 54 and a lot of seconds. Oh, too many seconds. Perfect. So, with any luck, the lamp will turn on very shortly. I'm not sure why I can't get this to work in standby, but there we go. It just switched on in the control. There we go. So, I don't know if it depends on like a driver or something that we don't have to do the standby mode stuff, but I mean the other stuff is working fine, so that's not terrible. I might have to see if I can get more of this stuff on eBay, because it would be kind of cool to mess with. So I did just get an idea to try seeing what happens when this is connected to a different electrical grid, in essence. I mean, this is just a measly inverter, but it's kind of an electrical grid. So I suspect nothing will happen because the way power line adapters work is it sends a signal through the power lines, so if they're not connected, it probably can't do that. But we will see. Yeah, so nothing happened. Kinda just as I suspected. So there's the answer to that. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video about the IBM Home Director. It is an interesting piece of Oddware from the 90s that surely may have inspired later home automation stuff, although I doubt that it was the first. So thank you for watching, and if you have a comment, please feel free to leave one. Good day.